I made this up, I think. Embroidery floss, embroidering. I mean, why would they call it embroidery thought? Why would they call it embroidery thought? Embroidery floss. I just gotta start that over again. Why would they call it embroidery thought? Why did they call it embroidery floss? I hate that name. I'm like, why are we making dang friendship bracelets with this stuff? This is for embroidering. Okay, so let me just set the stage. Because I know you're gonna watch it and think, wow, that must have took forever. So let me just introduce this project as the more fun alternative to knitting. What should I introduce this project as? It could be a documentary project. You can watch my documentary I made a couple weeks ago. That's a long one. I don't know how many hours this took, but I mean, you could do a smaller version of it, and then it would take less time. That was dumb. I'm finally, oh, my cord. Wow, that was embarrassing. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm like, I've never embroidered with this stuff. This couldn't fit in my machine. It doesn't work for that. So, I needed to figure out how I could do that, how I could have it live up to its name, really feel like it's living out its life potential. All said and done, this costed me $6. Highly recommend. I found pictures online of like cards I thought were cool, and then I just drew them all on there. I had these friction erasable markers. I mean, if they erased off, I thought they would wash off. So, I mean, honestly, did they? 1 second. Okay, I did just check. I'm a genius. I don't know what code I hacked, but like, that's a hack. Yeah, so, step 1. Sketch out your design with these magical markers. Yeah, so drew some cars, vroom vroom. I wanted all species of Hot Wheels from, I think they called it the funny car to supercars. Step 2. Put some track in between it. Figure out a nice balance. Yeah, so how I chose the concept. To be honest, I just wanted to do something fun, and I was thinking back in the good old days with racing the Hot Wheels on the plastic track. My brother would have piles of Hot Wheels, and we'd do like match-offs. So there's the concept. Something that was like motion and like moving around. So like the track and like cars, they move around. So it was like, yeah. That's what I was going for. The strategy of how to do this. I can't exactly explain because I just did a bunch of random stitches. I used a fat needle so that the floss would go through it. So I did use a needle. That was the equipment used. This is all like done by hand. Yeah, okay, that was obvious. And I just kind of like free float it to make sure that like no loop was too long so that it would all like be nice and compact. And then I would like do a bunch of loops, and then I'd like loop through the top so that I would like not use as much embroidery floss, and they would all be like on the top rather than on the back side. So I'd like set down like a base and like connect all the little dots and then like weave in between that all. It was a little like matrix, and it kind of looks like carpet, but it's not. And it's like cross stitching if you your mind just is kind of going like that, because that's the sewing pattern of like this project is like, yeah. So it's like parallel with my thoughts. Okay. Anyways, back on track. I don't know. I think this is where the having fun with it plays in. You just can have like an eye for whatever you're doing. You like can like form your image and like kind of play with it as you go. I don't really feel like you can mess it up because you can keep adding in more stitches. There's not really like a wrong way to do it. there's a right-er way to do it, but not a wrong way. So that's pretty fun. I found this to be a really good flow state activity. It's like, oh, okay, so I was thinking of like knitting as an example. It could also be like doodling. So like doodling and knitting. Doodle knitting. This is doodle knitting. Okay, I'm trademarking that name. I think that's a little bit better name than like, well, I didn't come up with a name, so it's just a good name. Doodle knitting. This is what I'm calling this. It's doodle knitting. Okay, I've said that enough. Okay. So this is how it turned out. Just to take the pressure off of how bad I know my instructions were. I know these are not instructions. That's clear. So I'm just gonna brand this as art inspiration. Yeah, I think that's suitable. Yeah, I feel like I'm always looking for something, and like in this category, it's doesn't require that much, but you can get really creative with it. It's just a simple like concept, but like you can adapt it however you'd like, and you can make whatever you like, and yeah, you just have fun with it. Yeah, so go to Amazon right now and order your multi-color pack of embroidery floss and fix all your sweatshirts you got stains on, or maybe you just want to. I've worn it many times. I'm not really sure what else to say about this, so I should probably stop talking about it. I modeled it so you could see it in its glory. And yeah. I've worn it many times. I mean, I'm honestly surprised no one's really said anything about it. I actually really like it. I genuinely think it looks good. The fact that like I haven't exactly had a whole lot of people say anything. I'm like, they either like it's just neutral, which I find that extremely like hard to believe, or it's just kind of bad and they're like, let's not hurt her feelings. It's okay, go hurt my feelings. I want to know. I just want to be noticed. I just want you to see it, my creation. Just let me talk about it to you. I'll tell you all about it, and then you'll like it, maybe. Nah, I don't really care. I sometimes purposely design questionable things because I enjoy the conversation. Okay, that's all for now. Subscribe if you want more random art ideas and experimenting with fashion and art. And honestly, just subscribe so I don't feel like I'm just posting out randomness into the algorithm. I mean, I know I do zero advertising for my videos. I don't even tell my family. I just post a video and I'm like, well, let's see who watches it. Okay, maybe I'll say anything if I don't. I should probably end this. I can probably